From Russell versus Chamberlain, who faced each other 140 times, to LeBron James feuding against a whole team, these are the craziest NBA rivalries of all time. Let's travel back in time to the swinging 60s, where we witnessed the mother of all NBA rivalries. I'm talking about the insane showdown between Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain, two basketball titans who brought the heat to the court. This rivalry was like no other. These guys faced off against each other a mind-blowing 140 times. Whew, that's a whole lot of intense matchups. You won't find that in any other NBA rivalry. Russell was rocking it with the mighty Boston Celtics, a team that was practically unstoppable. He was the star of the show and clinched a stunning 11 NBA titles in his career. Let's not forget about Chamberlain, though. He may not have grabbed as many championships as Russell, but he left his mark. This guy holds the record for the highest number of points scored in a single game, 100 points. Their rivalry was the OG of NBA rivalries, the one that first captured the hearts of fans and got everyone talking. The excitement was off the charts, and both the NBA fans and the media were glued to the action on the court. Speaking of action, though, there's another duo that was always creating drama on the court. Yep, I'm talking about Shaquille O'Neal versus David Robinson. When Shaq burst onto the NBA scene in 1992, the league was in for a wild ride. This guy was like a giant on roller skates, dominating everyone in the paint. The court was practically his kingdom, and he was ready to rule it. But Shaq wasn't just a force on the court. Off the court, he had this playful and somewhat childish attitude that kept everyone entertained. He was a whole package of talent and fun. On the flip side, we had the Admiral, David Robinson, just as skilled as Shaq, but with a completely different vibe. Robinson was calm, cool, and collected, the quiet type who let his game do the talking. These two stars were throwing off the court comments at each other like firecrackers, and the whole world couldn't stop talking about their beef. In 1994, Robinson took things to a whole new level. Shaq was leading the pack in the race for the NBA scoring title with an impressive 2,345 points, and it was the last game of the season. But the Admiral wasn't about to back down. He went all out and dropped a career-high 71 points in that final game, snatching the scoring title right from under Shaq's nose. The rivalry, the personalities, and the crazy energy. It was basketball heaven for fans. These two were fire and ice, and their clash made the NBA even more electrifying. But if you really want chaos, you should look at Kevin Durant versus Russell Westbrook. These guys were once tight, but then things got icy between them for a while. So Durant shocked everyone when he left Westbrook and the Oklahoma City Thunder to join the star-studded Golden State Warriors super team. That decision didn't sit well with many folks. Plus, it made Durant one of the most hated players at the time, so the tension was real. But Westbrook wasn't about to hold back either. He found some extra love from the fans by throwing shade at KD in interviews. And even on social media, shots were fired and the drama just kept piling up. On the court, the heat between them was insane. There was even a moment when they went face to face. They had to be separated before things got too heated. I mean, the competition was intense, and there was no love lost between these two. Durant's Warriors, though, were riding high on success. They had a 5-3 head-to-head record against Westbrook's team during that time. And not just that, they clinched 2 NBA championships as well. But hey, fast forward to today, and things have cooled down. Durant and Westbrook are on better terms now, which is a relief. Because even though basketball rivalries are fun and all, it's nice to see players patching things up and moving forward. And just like them, there was also Kobe Bryant versus Michael Jordan that turned into a beautiful bond. These two were basketball legends clashing on the court, and it was pure magic. There was a young 18-year-old Kobe, fresh in the NBA, facing off against the great MJ on December 17, 1996. It was mind-blowing stuff. And even though Bryant scored 5 points off the bench, Jordan stole the show with 30 points, leading the Bulls to victory. But hey, Kobe wasn't one to back down or be intimidated. In their next meeting, he had 5 points again, though this time, the Lakers claimed the win with Jordan scoring 27. The battle was on. And here's the best part. When they faced each other for the third time, exactly 1 year after their first encounter, young Kobe took things to the next level. He asked Jordan about his jump shot, and it completely paid off. Kobe went off, scoring an impressive 33 points off the bench, while Jordan dropped 36 as the Bulls secured another win. The rivalry was heating up, and the basketball world was loving every second of it. But as time went on, the rivalry simmered down a bit. These two giants respected each other's skills and greatness. And when Jordan appeared at Kobe's public memorial on February 24, 2020, it was a moment that sent waves of emotion through everyone. After all, the biggest global celebrity the NBA had ever produced was there to pay tribute to the fellow superstar, a superstar who was taken from us way too soon. It showed just how much Kobe meant to Jordan and the entire basketball community. But while we're talking about legendary duos, there was also Magic Johnson versus Larry Bird. These two were like the poster boys of their respective generations, lighting up the NBA with their brilliance. Between them, they racked up an astounding 8 NBA championships and notched up 6 MVP awards. They were the cream of the crop. And get this, their rivalry goes way back to their college days, since they faced off in the 1979 NCAA Finals, setting the stage for an unforgettable NBA clash for years to come. The 80s were all about Bird versus Magic, and man, did they make it a spectacle. The media tried to paint them as two players with completely different outlooks on life, given their contrasting paths to the NBA. But it was all a huge mistake. These two legends had the utmost respect for each other, both on and off the court. They were fierce competitors, no doubt, but they were also true friends who admired each other's skills. Together, they made history, and their rivalry became a defining moment of the 80s. They even teamed up to be part of the famous Dream Team in 1992, uniting their powers for basketball greatness. So the Lakers-Celtics rivalry will forever be remembered as the era of Bird versus Magic, a time when basketball was at its peak. But the worst of them all is that of one man against a whole team, LeBron James versus the Golden State Warriors. Forget all of the others. The rivalry between LeBron and Golden State is the stuff of legends. I'm talking about the league's finest player, possibly the GOAT, going up against one of the greatest teams in NBA history. It's basketball magic at its finest. LeBron, the king himself, led the charge as a member of the Cleveland Cavaliers in not one, not two, but 4 NBA Finals against the mighty Warriors. These showdowns were crazy, and the Warriors clinched 3 of those series, making their mark in history. But hold on a second. It wasn't all smooth sailing for the Warriors. In 2016, LeBron showed the world his superpowers by lifting his teammates and overcoming all odds to snatch the title for Cleveland after a nail-biting 3-1 comeback. Fans won't ever forget Draymond Green's infamous groin kick to LeBron in Game 5 of that finals, leading to Green's suspension and turning the tide of the series. And let's not leave out Klay Thompson, who threw some shade at LeBron, calling him soft. Well, guess what? LeBron silenced all the doubters by proving he was anything but soft, delivering the championship Cleveland had been longing for, ending a 5-decade title drought. Now, as a Lakers superstar, LeBron's rivalry with the Warriors is far from over. In the future, we can expect even more sparks to fly, and the NBA world will be glued to their screens to witness the basketball greatness unfold. So there you have it. From LeBron James feuding against a whole team, to Russell versus Chamberlain, who faced each other 140 times, those were the craziest NBA rivalries of all time.